The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Tommy O'Brien coming to you live from TFNN. Thanks so much for joining me, kicking off your trading day right here with me at 9 a.m. We got about 24 minutes to go until the start of trading, and you have markets basically testing the lows of yesterday afternoon right now. S&Ps, you were as high as 69.12 at about 3 a.m., and since then, we're off about 42 points. S&Ps right now, negative by 0.3%, off 24 points, 68.69. NASDAQ 100, we're off by about 0.5%, 24,838. 112 points in the red for the NASDAQ 100. You get the Dow right now. Pretty similar action, right? All the indices kind of just testing a little bit below. The Dow's breaking below that level, back to where we were at 5 a.m., off about 0.4% or 178 points, and you got the Russell off by 0.5%. Bitcoin, it just continues, folks. And you cannot catch a meaningful bid in Bitcoin right now. That was one day of buying, and that's 13 days ago now. And that's it. And yeah, you had some buying with volume off that 60,000 price point, but since then, you got pressure continuing to the downside. Bitcoin trading just at about 66,000. We jump over to yields this morning. Then we get jobless claims out there this morning, just over 100,000. That's a light be doing tremendously well. And if that's the case, you got lower price, you got higher yield right now. You get the 10-year negative by 5 ticks at 112.26. And like I was saying yesterday, the story was the dollar, and today it looks like the story is going to be the dollar, at least so far. Check it out, right? The dollar making a run for 98 right now. Up another 263 ticks on the dollar at 97.96. You jump over to metals. Excuse me. Gold. Hanging tough at 5,000 right now, off by $8 on the session. You see the little volatility overnight to 5,040. You jump over to silver right now, almost flat, but $78. Not bad from 71 change on Tuesday. Quite the acceleration yesterday, and we're right where we were about the middle of the day. Silver trading near $78 right now. You jump over the VIX. As we got a positive market yesterday, the volatility index dropping to an 18 handle. We're back to 2053 right now on that VIX. All right, we got Walmart numbers this morning. A little bit higher. You accelerate lower. They got the earnings call going on. You jump over the headline for Walmart. Strong holiday growth, but earnings outlook. Earnings outlook. How much money are they going to bring to the bottom line? What's going on with costs, right? Yeah, they topped fourth quarter earnings and estimates, but the current fiscal year earnings falling short of what the market was looking for. The fiscal year, they're looking for $275 to $285. The market was looking for almost $3. Not what the market wants to hear, but guess what? You get a little pop on whatever they're talking about in that earnings call going on. How about a holiday quarter? Sales up nearly 6%. 6%. I mean, the type of numbers that Walmart's doing to push out a 6% number is remarkable. The share price shows it, though. Okay? The share price definitely shows it. You talk about a run, man. Even from where we were a year ago, from 90 to 126. Set up almost 40%, and that's not counting the run we just had from $50, Walmart. And you're pushing higher today. In the quarter they just reported, they barely beat on earnings, and they barely beat on revenue. And you always want to examine things closely. When I see a company report like this, and listen, I love Walmart, they're going to be superb in the longer term. They're executing all over the place. We talk about Sam's, right? Sam's. We're talking Sam's by 9:10 in the morning, Darth. There we go. They're on fire. But guess what? At every equity at some price can be overbought, and every equity at some price can be underbought, as in can be buying opportunity. And you got to look at the run this thing has had. And now it's time to put up. We were trading at $20 in 2015. We were trading at $40 in 2022. We're trading at $126. And anytime you see where a company like this is going to miss on their earnings for the year, and meanwhile they squeak in a 1 penny beat, there's a lot of financial engineering that's completely legal that you can tweak your earnings. Can't tweak the revenue. Okay, that's what's much more difficult. Now, you can try to tweak the revenue. A lot easier to tweak the earnings. Nonetheless, you got Walmart jumping around today. For the first time, Amazon topped Walmart as the largest retailer by annual revenue, as the company posted $716 billion in sales versus $713 for Walmart. And yeah, they are not a comparison at all. Net income that ended January 31st, $4.24 billion in 90 days. Yeah, comp sales jumped 4.6% for U.S. business. It's a huge number. 4% for Sam's Club. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if they could just beat one penny at a time, right? That's what you want to do, okay? You under-promise, you over-deliver, you're consistent. They're seeing the forecast going forward. And imagine if they had missed on this quarter and missed on the forecast, right? They're always, it's quite a game of salesmanship, folks. It's all salesmanship. The best, the richest man in the world, he's one of the best at it, telling the story, right? Getting people on board, explaining the numbers and why they warrant whatever valuation you think they warrant. But nonetheless, you got Walmart. We'll see how they trade on the open today. Been remarkably strong. Now this one, okay? Yeah, you better be paying attention to this one, folks, okay? Blue Owl Capital curbs investor liquidity following asset sale. And yeah, you better believe it, man. Now this one. So you're going to open at 1150. Folks, this fund's back to being almost a loser from when it started. Okay? If that's not a wake up, watch out. Doesn't mean that AI is some dot-com bubble. But when you look at the companies that are engineering the type of money that's flowing in there, and then you look at the performance of those assets, my goodness, is there a worse-looking chart? They sold $1.4 billion in loan assets across 3 of their private debt funds. 99.7% of par value. But the story here, yeah, they tried to have a merger, right, which was going to mark down losses of 20%. That ended up getting abandoned. And we're going to talk about this later in the program again, folks. Because, yeah, you wake up and you say no. They're going to curb investor liquidity. And boy, the reason why you can't get it is because they can't get it at the prices they want to get it, right? They're not going to give you your money back because they can't sell the assets they have, probably for what they paid for them. It's that simple. All right, we got the S&Ps at 68.68. You jump over to crude. Tensions continuing to rise. That same, was it poly market, better, that somehow knew, and I say somehow, did you catch the sarcasm, that we were going to invade Iran? Venezuela. That same better is up betting that we're going to invade Iran or attack Iran by the end of this month. Well, there's only 3 days left in the month, folks. Crude, 66.11, markets in the red. We're coming right back, folks. If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Morning Market Kickoff is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Welcome back, folks. Crude trading at 66.22 and getting back to Blue Owl for a moment. Okay, because look at this thing ripping lower again. You have all these circulatory deals in AI, and all the AI leaders make the case, like NVIDIA, right? Whether it's NVIDIA, Meta, Oracle, you name it, right? That they're sound investments. There's nothing risky going on. And then you see that outside of the AI investors that are making these circulatory type investments, here is a company that's in private credit. Okay, so what are they doing? They're lending money, right? They're investing money. They're lending money, whatever you want to call it. They're lending it for a loan, not for equity. And so their plan, Blue Capital, was to resume redemptions this quarter. That's not happening anymore. Do you think they knew that? Right? Do you think that they're underplaying how long that might play out? When you see this happening, man, it goes, okay, I see. They didn't want to tell you that they're not going to let you take money out for a long time, right? They said we'll reverse previous plans. We'll resume redemptions this quarter. That's what they said, right? We're going to resume redemptions this quarter. It's not a big deal. And now they're saying, we're not going to resume redemptions this quarter. You better be careful, folks. That is like, that's not a surprise, okay? This is like crisis management 101, right? You only release what you have to. You say, we're going to pause redemptions. We'll bring them back next quarter. They had sold $1.4 billion in direct lending investments across 3 funds. And what they're going to do is they're going to disperse that through periodic distribution. So they're going to get to tell you when you get your money back, periodically. It's an amazing business when you can raise money like that, folks. I wish I could raise money like that in terms of telling people, listen, I'll tell you when you can get your money back. You'll get it back this quarter. You'll get it back next quarter. You know what? After all, I'll just tell you when you get it back. What is going on? Now, that's the way that I'm sure the agreements are written. Okay, but redemption requests exceeded 5% at both of the non-traded development companies in the recent quarter. Its tech-focused vehicle saw redemption requests jump to about 15% of net asset value. People are worried, rightfully so. Okay, and then you get into the fact that if they're selling, who else might need to be selling? And just like that, you can start a run where when people need money, man, you got to find a price. That's what happens. And right now, they're saying, listen, we can't find a price we like. We're not going to let you take money out. The redemptions are way too high in terms of what they're trying to pull out. All right. And the prints, man, this thing, these Epstein files, whew, it just keeps going. And rightfully so, from everything you see. Just makes no sense. You know, it's unfortunately political, and it's merging lines. But yeah, you got Prince Andrew under arrest. Now this, you know, he supposedly it was, so he reached a settlement with one of the victims in 2022. They weren't disclosed, worth millions, okay? This arrest is not linked to the allegations of sexual misconduct, but to the role as trade envoy for the British government, okay? As trade envoy, he was emailing confidential government reports to Epstein. He quit that role in 2011. They were looking into reports that may have run afoul of laws governing conduct in public office. So they're getting him in public office versus everything else that they have going on. But yeah, it's just, That story's not dying anytime soon. When you got the 8th person in line, you got the 3rd child of the former Queen of England, and you got the king's brother getting arrested for ties to Epstein. Just keeps going, man. There's other stories going on out there about our politicians, folks. I'm not going to dive into it, but there sure are. And it seems like, man, it is just crazy, the stories that keep coming. And hey, listen, the thing that gives this thing so much life, okay, this shouldn't be political, is that the president started this whole storm. That's what gave it all the fuel, right? The kerosene to light this thing on fire. And that's what has fueled so much. And you can say it's political, okay, but it makes no sense that you run on that and then nothing happens, right? And then you get in control. You say, nah, we can't do it. And then they release the binders, right? Didn't even plan on doing this. But this is just common sense. I don't want to be afraid to talk about common sense because people take it as political. This isn't politics. This isn't what I talk about in the den. It makes no sense. You know, they hand out the binders, nothing's there. Then we see the video. Then we see the emails. Okay, if you see the emails, man, there is so much more going on in there that we didn't know when they said they were all released. And thank goodness Congress and people on both sides of Congress are doing their job because it makes no sense. And hey, you start the fire, man, then you can't put it out. And yeah, now you got the king's brother. Whew. So that story not going away anytime soon. And yeah, the Goldman lawyer. Now it's amazing they write this one on February 19th because I was reading this one originally, man. You know, this woman, now she's been at Goldman for years and they supposedly knew her relationship. But, you know, her emails with Epstein, man, I was reading them before she even stepped down. And he was asking her, okay, in these emails, he was asking her if it mattered if the people were paid, talking about the what he said were people that were massaging, okay? He was saying, well, what happens? I was paying them. Doesn't that change everything, right? Doesn't that change everything that I was paying them? And she says in the emails, well, if they're underage, that really doesn't matter because you're coercing them to an agreement if they're underage, and that's the problem there. Imagine discussing that with somebody and then having like this super friendly relationship. It's just weird, man. So yeah, that one. And then she was basically in charge of, anyway, for Goldman, you know, her job was supposed to be making sure that type of stuff was not happening at Goldman. And that's the type of advice she was given. Those were the questions asked. And he was trying to get a defense going as to why it should have been okay. And this is going back to his original one that he got caught for, Epstein, that it should have been okay because his argument was he was paying them for services, so it was more like prostitution, not more like, right? And she was telling him that the problem was that there were power mechanics in play and that they were underage, and that just because he paid them, that didn't make it a simple case of prostitution. I'm paraphrasing, but those are the emails, man. So breaking that down and having that awareness to tell the person that, listen, man, you were paying underage kids. Anyway, that story writes itself. You know, you find somebody, folks, they're saying, well, I paid them, so why does it matter? And they're saying, well, they're underage, so you got a problem. And then they say, you know, it's a wild world we live in, man. But nonetheless, you get the King's brother making headlines this morning, and that's only going to keep adding to it, man. Hey, we digress. All right. We're going back to the market, folks. Walmart trading higher, 127.73 on the open. You jump over to Blue Owl this morning, down almost $1 to 11.57. No more redemptions for you. So much for this quarter. Not happening. Blue Owl, 11.56. And as I said, I mean, can you imagine being in the lending business in this sector and you can't make money since 2020? Blue Owl. Markets in the red. We're coming right back, folks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We have markets open. S&Ps kick things off, down 22 points right now. We got markets in red, and we're going to jump around. And you talk about Iran. So, yeah. The U.S. gathers the most air power in the Middle East since the 2003 Iraq invasion. You better believe crude's going higher, man. Sorry, jumping around in a number of different articles, pulling it up because I wanted to get that one. I'm pretty sure that same poly market better, and I'm not sure, no matter what you read on the internet, folks. But pretty remarkable when you have prediction markets. I mean, that Venezuela deal, this is where things just get surpassed. There's so much going on. There's so much headlines. That was straight out insider trading information from somebody in the administration in Venezuela, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars made on those bets. And so, yeah, you can start watching prediction markets, folks, because if they did it once, they'll do it again. I'm not sure they'll do it on the same account. That quite doesn't make sense. But, hey, yes, you're talking about has continued to move F-35s, F-22 fighter jets toward the Middle East, according to flight tracking data. And, yeah, a second aircraft carrier loaded with attack and electronic warfare planes is on the way. So 2 aircraft carriers, planes, and, yeah. Command and control aircraft, which are vital for orchestrating large air campaigns, are inbound. And yeah, U.S. and Iran representatives met in Geneva this week to negotiate a possible deal. A little bit of progress, but nothing encouraging in terms of details out there. Jump over to crude right now. Come on. Crude sitting at 66.19. Okay, let's jump around to some of the equities with their numbers. Walmart, you catch your bid on the open. There's your daily, up by 2.3%, up about $3. You make an all-time high on Tuesday at 134.69. We're just off that area. You jump over to United. So I was reading about this morning that United, it's all about these mileage travel rewards, right? Travelers with the credit card for United are going to start earning more miles. It's all about that credit card. You got to get the credit card. I guess you get the credit card, maybe you never spend it, maybe you only use it on United, but maybe this is going to become the norm now. Maybe you're just going to have to start paying if you really want those miles with their credit cards. United, paring back rewards for travelers who don't have the credit card. Yeah. If you have the credit card, you're going to earn more miles, get higher discounts compared with those without the card. You won't earn miles if they book in basic economy. So you get nothing if you got no credit card and you're in economy. It's like, you talk about margins, man. United off by 2.7% right now. And then let's talk a little bit of shoes. So how about this one? New Balance. Now it's crazy. Not crazy, okay? But this company, where's it based? It's right in Massachusetts. $9.2 billion is the number they're doing last year. They're hoping to reach $10 billion in annual sales by the end of the year, growing 19%. Yeah, Boston-based footwear brand. It's a private company still, remarkable. Exclusively shared its 2025 results with CNBC. $10 billion in annual revenue by the end of next year. Now, what's remarkable is, where was New Balance founded? We must say, I should know it. I've been to New Balance founded. Let's see. It's founded in Boston in 1906 by an Irish immigrant. There you go. William J. Riley as the New Balance Arch Support Company. They used to have one of their facilities where they had a warehouse right next to their production facility. I'm trying to remember where it was. But yeah, $10 billion. And hey, when they came on the scene, man, you know, look at where they are compared to Nike. You're at $10 billion, and Nike was at $37 billion in 2020, and Nike's going down. Some of the other companies out there, Brooks at $1.5 billion, On, $2.6 billion, and Deck, look at this, $5 billion. Deckers, look at that. All right, we got a little selling here. We jump over to Nike shares, down by 1% with the market. We got the NASDAQ off by 152 right now. You're breaking lows. You jump over to Blue Owl. Yeah, get out of Dodge, folks. It's pretty tough when you can't trust the people that have your money as to when you get it back. Might be in the financial documents, right? I'm sure they have the legal right to do it if they're doing it. Okay, careful what you sign when you give somebody your money. And yeah, imagine they say, we'll let you start taking money out again next quarter. And the next quarter rolls around and they go, hey, we're going to do that next quarter, right? I mean, that's where they are. It's not a comfortable place to be as an investor. And when you look at that chart, folks, okay, watch out, baby. Let's jump around to some of the big dogs. NVIDIA down 1% right now. 186.20 for NVIDIA. Microsoft shares down by 0.2%. Amazon down by 0.5% right now. Microsoft slightly in the red. Meta slightly in the red as well. Jump over to Oracle shares. There you go. Oracle catching a bid today, up by 1%. Jump over to Paramount Skydance, down by 0.8%, down 8 pennies. As they're continuing to go after Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers down about 0.2%. Jump over to Netflix, down 0.2% as well. Disney slightly in the red. Let's jump over to some of the ride-hailing companies. Now you got DoorDash out with their numbers last night. Strong numbers, but look at this. All right, you go from 151 to 200 to 178. How's that for some volatility? Oh, man. Look at this. So they're going to have to update this headline. Climbs 14%, reversing plunge, yet here we go lower again. You can say now we're going to reverse the acceleration. But earnings, this is the reason you have the initial thrust lower. 48 versus 59. They miss on earnings. They miss on revenue. Total orders, though, grew 32% year over year to 903 million. Total dollar values jumped 39% to almost $30 billion. So they got about 1 billion orders, and they got $30 billion is the total number. That is a number, man. Quite a business. But look at this. I haven't seen a volatile overnight session like that in a while, man. You go down to 150. You go up 33% from there. You come back, and we're almost flat from where we were last night. S&P's off 29 right now, folks. Stay tuned. We'll come back. We'll take a look at metals. You got the gold contract chopping around right near 5,000. We'll come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks, and we got the markets. How about it? NASDAQ, right back to where we were at yesterday's open. 300 points up intraday, almost all the way. We're right back there. We got volatility in this market, man, and we have a two-way market, okay? We may have a trend that may develop, but right now we just got a two-way market. We got a VIX at 2091 right now. You jump back to the S&Ps, you're negative by 25 points, and I say a two-way market as in, almost, geez, you could go back to November. Just a lot of volatility, some huge bars, of course, right? We're talking about S&P bars here that are 140 points. 140 points, right, on multiple days, left and right, let alone the days that are almost 210 points. Okay, we got volatility, and anytime you're getting this much volatility, the market's very uncertain where we're pricing things. All right. So let's go over the metals. So you got gold right now. We got dollar strength, and even with a strong dollar, gold holding up extremely well. You're sitting at 5,000 right now, 5,003 on gold. We keep our eye on the volume. And folks, what'd you think of 83,000 contracts in the gold contract yesterday? That is nothing. Remarkable. Now, what's wild here is that it's Thursday, and we've done 300,000 contracts for the whole week. Folks, if you follow the gold contract, look at this chart, right? All I was talking about was last week. It was at 620,000. We might do less volume this week. We are just drying up right now on metals. Okay, silver, same deal. Look at the volume on silver. It's like non-existent right now. 135,000 contracts. It's Thursday morning. Now, it's a short week, okay? It's a short week. I get it. But you look at the daily, not surprising, folks. Yesterday, 44,000 contracts. Whew. Yeah. Is it distribution? Well, we're going to find out, folks, but that is not quality strength in how it looks, man. There's no buying right now on that bid, okay? We got volatility, but you don't got any buying right now. There's no signs of strength. Let's back that down a little. You zoom in on gold. Okay, look at the selling and look at the volume dropping off as you're staying up here. You're going to need more volume to stay up here. Platinum shares off $45 right now. Same thing, just across the board. Just very little volume. Yesterday, 13,000 contracts in platinum. We take a look at copper. And copper's looked pretty good. Copper might look the strongest of the metals right now. You're coming back to test the low of this consolidation area, basically back to where we were December 24th. Let's take a look at the copper stocks. FCX, Freeport. Yeah, you get some selling at the highs, but not exactly. You just got a consolidation here and not quite the volume drop off. We did have some selling yesterday. That was actually a spike higher though on Freeport. You jump over to Southern Copper. Let's put it on a weekly. Yeah, look at this run on Southern Copper on a weekly, man. You got highs near 200 with volume on their last earnings. Take a look at FCX. Well, we reject the highs of 70, but you can see in some of these equities, especially, I like these two equities. Okay, Freeport, Southern Copper, put them on your radar at least. The volume is dropping off a bit, but I like how they look. All right, let's check in on Walmart on their numbers, up by 2.4%. Look at this thing. You can't hold Walmart down right now. What are you talking about? Imagine. They're up by 2.3%, and they just came out and said they're not going to meet expectations for earnings next year. Hey, big numbers when it comes to comp sales, okay? And I guess the market thinks they'll get their earnings in order when they have to because they are growing, period. And where are they growing? From a lot of people making six figures. But guess what? Six figures in 2026 ain't what it used to be. Blue Owl, down to another 8%. 1137 right now when you're talking about Blue Owl. Watch out, folks. Let's jump around to the heat map. You got NVIDIA down by 1%. We take a look at the S&P 500. Consumer staples in the green. You got energy higher, crude trading higher. Okay. All right, what do we got? The telecommunication company. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, all in the green right now. Oh, let's check out Deere. Yeah, Deere's got their numbers. They are trading higher. Look at this run, man. Whew. See this volume? This is how you like to see it trading higher. That's what's so worrisome about some of the equities, some of the gold equities, the way we've traded higher, the lack of volume. That's a strong move, man. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to break above it this week. You got 2 days left. You might. It's a big day of earnings. So, Deere, they beat in the top and the bottom line. $242 a share on $8 billion. They were supposed to make $205 a share on $7.7 billion. Yeah, big numbers, man. Take a look at the monthly. It's going to be some big volume on the monthly. Where can this thing go to? Let's see. Oh, that's not the one, excuse me. Oh, look at this. A to B, C to D from last year. We're just breaking above it. The 1-to-1, that is. Boy, you take this thing up to 750. That's another $100, man. And 1.618, and the volume looks like you may. This acceleration. Okay, you had highs out here from the week of January 26th. That high was 537.26. So you were slightly above it. Let's look at this. Okay, and you were going into this one. Well, what's tough here is you have May 12th when you do 10 million shares. The high there was 533.78. So you actually got above that the week of January 26th on lighter volume, and then you blow it away on volume the week of February 2nd. John Deere. How about this for a roller coaster, man? Some of these equities. Market just doesn't know what to make of some of these equities that are struggling. Look at Etsy. Down from 307. You were at $40 last year. You were up to 75. We're positive by 10%, but you just gave up 10%. This thing was higher by 21% at one point. They plan to sell Depop, a consumer-to-consumer fashion marketplace, to eBay for $1.2 billion. Yes, folks, eBay is still in business, and they're buying businesses for $1.2 billion, right? So they make 92 cents a share, topping 82 cents. The revenue, though, misses. So they actually make less revenue than the market was thinking. Nonetheless, they're trading higher. Jumping around to some of the equities with action. DoorDash up about 5% right now. Uber on their numbers up by 1.4% right now. You jump to the banks, JP Morgan down about 0.5%. Markets chopping around. NASDAQ off by 108. All right, folks, stay tuned. We're coming back. We'll take a look at some other equities that are moving. One more segment. S&P's off by 16. Markets in the red. Come right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So you got financials, okay? And maybe this is a little blue owl working its way into the financials. Now, I was just looking at Apollo. Apollo's off by 4.2% right now. We talked about Owl. Blue Owl off by 7.1% right now. We'll jump over to, what is this one? CF Industries. What are we looking at here? Hydrogen and nitrogen product. Fertilizer. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for that one, Duffy. Look at this. If Deere's doing well, CF is doing well. Look at this thing. Oh, look at this. Okay. Oh, boy. You're breaking above June of last year. It's going to be very difficult on a weekly basis to get this type of volume. And look at the volume we had, right? In a 3-week period in this thing. Boy, you had 16 million, 23 million, and 19 million. We're doing 5 million right now. It's going to be a big day for them, though, I imagine. You jump over to John Deere, up by 9% right now. Walmart shares on their numbers up by 1.8. And hey, you get this market catching a bid. The day is young, as our man Basil Chapman would say, but just like that, it's deja vu, folks. Literally almost to the same exact spot. Okay, sometimes just don't overthink it, folks. You know, you're looking for a buy in this market, right? There it is. You get down to that point. Where's your stop? Don't give it a lot. Okay, doesn't mean it's going to hold, but at least you got a plan. There's your technical area, and we are bouncing yet again. You got highs out here that are 200 points above where we're at right now in the NASDAQ in terms of yesterday's highs, 25,100. You were at 25,050 at about 3 a.m., and we got a bid going on right now. You jump over to yields, sitting at about 4.09. The dollar right now, above 98. How about that? Dollar strength. And we got gold strength on top of it. We got strength, baby. Okay, and crude, 66.40. And the VIX right now, 2019. We might hit positive S&Ps by the time I'm off the air. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in, starting your day with me at TFNN. Couldn't appreciate it more. Love this hour. Very grateful for what I get to do on a daily basis and be here with you, so I appreciate it. Stay tuned, folks. We got Basil Chapman. He's coming up next. He's in the Tiger's Den, growling and prowling. I'll see you at 3 o'clock, folks. Have a great day, everybody.